Do I want to give her 3 aspects? Or do I want to lay out for her a 3-step process to get to where she wants to go? So if somebody at Crown asks Mike a question about switching to the non-BPA, to the, I don't want to give away too much about his
Stuff.
Stuff, all right? He might want to think about a 3-step process that you would use to titrate from the way you're doing it now to the new way of doing it, and how many months it would take for each of those steps. Or you might want to think about the 3 benefits of making that switch. Or you might want to think of 3 aspects of making that switch. Okay? So those are 3 ways to organize your response so that it makes sense and you're really fulfilling the questioner's need.
So in your response, you're either going to have a benefit, an aspect, or a sequence.
Yes.
What you do is try to come up with 3 different benefits, aspects, or sequences in response to her question.
Correct. Correct. It requires a lot of thinking on your feet. But if anybody can do that, if anybody can demonstrate that today, it's awesome.
Define aspects.
Aspects would be, would be attributes that aren't necessarily benefits. An aspect might be a negative thing. So let's say, what's the difference between a Mac and a PC? Right? Well, Macs are said to be more appropriate for artists and creative types. PCs are run by the Windows, the Microsoft Windows operating system, and typically PCs are less expensive to buy than Macs. All right, so you're not using benefits to compare one to the other in a quality way, but they're aspects instead. I just broke my own rule by answering the question without thinking too much about it in advance.
So answer the same question by identifying the benefits of a Mac.
Okay, so you asked me the question. You asked me, hey, what's the difference between a Mac and a PC? I say, well, I have to admit that I lean toward, I prefer the Mac platform, the Apple platform for working, and here's why. I'm a creative type. I really respond well to things, automobiles, any kind of a machine that's intuitive. I find it to be a very intuitive machine. It costs more, but in my mind, it's worth every penny of that additional cost. And a Mac is far less likely to break or to be invaded by viruses or to catch something on the internet accidentally. So I've given you 3 benefits.
Right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And there could be another one where somebody says, how do we convert our whole art department, our whole marketing department, from PCs to Macs? And in that case, you're going to try to think of a 3-step sequence, all right, that might involve procurement, training, and then switching over. Okay? So on page 26, we have, do you get, I don't get the sense that any of you are troubled or harassed by questions, but have you gotten questions that were tough or dealt with audience members that were tough?
Yeah, there are questions that we are not supposed to respond to.